Would you like to be somebody who understands whether the feeling of meaning in life is simply a reward for good survival behavior, so behavior that increases your survival rate as a human? Then listen to this entire video where I explain how, well, obviously, instinctually we want to survive, but the same behavior that makes us survive almost really, it gives us meaning in life. So which one is the core motivator of our beings as human beings? So before we get into this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to learn more about self-development, dating, Jungian psychology, and how to reduce suffering in life. Let's get into it. So I think I've observed that the behavior required for finding meaning in life is very similar to the behavior that increases your survival rate. So an example would be engaging in your fears. If you're afraid of social situations, social interactions, but you then go to engage in them, you're overcoming a fear, and when you're in that uncertainty, especially afterwards, you feel great about yourself, you feel alive, you feel motivated, engaged, and it almost gives you like meaning in life. And if you keep doing that, engaging in your fears, getting out of your comfort zone, it gives your life, it makes you feel vibrant, it makes you feel energized. And that's potentially what meaning is in life. And on the other hand, engaging in your fears is a type of behavior that increases your survival rate, because when you engage in your fears, whether it's social situations or something else, you're mapping out a situation that you were afraid of because you were uncertain about it. It was the unknown for you. You didn't know how to calculate it, how to understand it. And when you do that, you map it out. You increase your ability to successfully navigate through these kind of situations that you were afraid of before. And then if you're able to do that, you have a higher rate of being able to get access to resources in different situations, getting people to like you, and then them to invite you into to have fun or to hang out, which reduces your loneliness. And then you can exchange, you can trade with them, and you can learn from each other. That increases your survival rate. And when I talk about survival rate, I'm not talking about a binary variable of death and life. I'm talking about death, and then on the brink of death, abject poverty, middle class, being able to nurture, feed yourself, and on and on. So I would say the different categories of being alive are just different levels of well-being. And of course you want to be higher up, because there you're more relaxed, you have more access to resources, you're less stressed, and stress increases your rate of deterioration because you have higher cortisol levels, and that makes your body depreciate faster and essentially, radically speaking, die quicker. So on the one hand, the same behavior that brings you meaning in life is the same as that increases your level of well-being. So the question is then, well, let me say, let's say the example with engaging in your fears, you increase your level of competence because you're able to competently maneuver through different situations. And so the question then arises is, I have my notes here, by the way, is it the instinct for survival that's making you act out this survival behavior, that brings you survival and meaning, or is it the deep inclination to search for meaning? Which one is it that's motivating you? And the obvious answer naturally would be, it's the survival instinct that's making you act out this behavior, because it would be according to evolutionary biology and the Darwinian theory of survival of the fittest, that the main purpose of your life is to survive, really. But then why would we be even configured to experience meaning in the first place? If the survival instinct was so strong, wouldn't that be all it takes to make us act out this behavior? Then the meaning to be found would be redundant. We wouldn't need it, really. Yeah. Meaning would be unnecessary. So clearly that answer of that it's just survival doesn't satisfy. It's not exhaustive enough. So the potential answer I came up with is that maybe survival is not motivating enough for people to act out this behavior, this survival behavior. And survival behavior, I mean, is the type that gets you in a high level of well-being and also makes you find meaning. This idea, so maybe survival, the prospect of survival isn't motivating enough. So humans have evolved to experience the most profound and valuable feeling or experience in life, which is an experience of meaning, in order to biologically motivate people to act out the survival behavior, to strive. Well, it's like, well, just surviving isn't motivating enough, so we evolved to aim for the most valuable thing otherwise, which is meaning in life. So you're not only moving away from death, but you're simultaneously moving towards something profoundly valuable, which is meaning in life. So maybe that's what it is. But that would also be like, yeah, it's just an instrument used to make you survive. That's basically what it is. Yeah. So your aim is to survive, but survival itself was not motivating enough, so we evolved to be able to experience meaning, and that made us want to survive even more. Maybe that's like that we were just like filtered out, you know, all the genes that, or the people that weren't fit enough, you know, be able to adapt, let's say, did not survive, and those people who did actually were the ones who were able to find meaning in life and had that biologically configured within them, that their ability to find meaning, and that made them survive because meaning turned out to be an extremely powerful force to get you to survive. Maybe it's something like that. But that still does not cut it for me. The other potential answer, amongst others, I've only thought of two, but these are the ones that really came to my mind, is what if survival is not actually the core aim of humans, but simply a byproduct of searching for meaning? So now we're swapping it around. It's not that survival is the key motivator, the instinctual motivator, but actually that it's the search for meaning is the key motivator. Because, you know, when you say, I think this is a classical argumentation for nihilism, nihilistic people. They think, well, all humans are you know, primed to do is survive, and it's just all about biology and survival of the species. That's really it. But that's not, that doesn't make you want to live life, because it's boring. You're basically saying that, well, the species wants me to survive, but what does that do for me? Like, the species benefits, but I don't experience anything cool out of that. I mean, where's the benefit for me? And therefore, like, it's just all meaningless. I mean, it's just biology, it's just survival, it's just matter, it's just the basic body survival. That's really it. I think that's incorrect. I think that's not exhaustive. That's myopic. It's not correct. And when we go on to this idea, though, that maybe meaning is the most fundamental thing that humans are primed to do in life, it gives life a positive sum purpose, where you can actually, there's some benefit in it for you, and that is absolutely mind-blowing. That gets me so excited when I feel that and I think about that. Like, there's actually something worth living for. And I'm not like, yeah, I'm suicidal or anything, or people around me are suicidal, but deep down there is that voice that's questioning, what's the point? What's the point of it all? But now I'm like, there's a hell of a lot to be found, a hell of a lot to be felt, and a lot of fun and meaning to experience and fulfilling. Makes life worth living and makes you actually want to live life. Take the initiative to actually live life nobly and effectively. And I think, when I was brainstorming about this, I kind of realized this, you know, this idea that, well, it doesn't matter, you know, the species wants you to survive in order to benefit the species. And that would require survival behavior, and simultaneously you'd probably find some meaning, potentially. Well, then you think, okay, but then what's the point of it for me? Or let's say you're just acting out to survive, and you've got good survival behavior, you're engaging in your fears, you're behaving nobly, ethically, which is great for the species, but you think, yeah, well, what's in it for me? But the thing is, when you do that, when you act out the behavior, you are transforming human civilization, whether you like it or not. You are affecting the world simultaneously, like continuously at all times. Then when you do that, I mean, you're interconnected with millions of people, whether you know it or not. You know, each person knows about 1,000 people, you know, in Western civilizations. So that means you're 2 people away from influencing 1 million, because it's one person away, they know 1,000, and then another person away, they also know 1,000. And if you times those together, you have 1 million. And then it's 3 people away from 1 billion, so it's 1,000 to the power of 3. You're seriously interconnected to other people, with other people. So when you influence 1 billion other people, they'll change, but they'll also affect you back, because you're interconnected with them, you're influencing them, but so are you being influenced by them in exchange. And then that's part of the benefit, I think. It's not a single-way road, it's a two-way road. It's a two-way street. You get back what you give, really. So there is something in it for you. It is not, you do not have to be selfless to act out the survival behavior and find meaning in life. And that's awesome. That's a really awesome idea, which I'll try and elaborate more on. So in conclusion, I realized that the behavior that increases your survival rate, so it gets you a high level of well-being, also is the behavior that brings you meaning in life. So I thought, well, what's the key motivator here? Is it that we have an instinct to survive, or an instinct for meaning? Is it like a distinct motivator? Like, are they distinctly separated? Like, it's how do you call it? Are they discrete? Is it just one motivator, or just the other motivator, or is it a combination? I do think it is probably a combination, because life is too complex for things to be one-dimensional. But that there is meaning in it. Like, it's not just about survival. There is something meaningful to be found that is instinctual, that is part of your nature, that is lies deep within you, and it has an urge to manifest itself. Yeah. And that, yeah, you are increasing the survival rate of the species if you act out the survival behavior, but you get something in return that is not just survival or well-being. It is something meaningful. It is profound, I would say. So please leave a comment below whether you think humans are simply primed to have an instinct to survive and that's it, or whether they're just primed to find meaning in life, or it's a combination, or if there's some other reason that drives humans. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to learn more about self-development, dating, Jungian psychology, and how to reduce suffering in life. Thank you for listening.